LGBT plus History Month is an annual event which takes place every February. The month is intended to raise awareness of and combat prejudice against the lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender plus community while celebrating its achievements and diversity. All this week we're sharing stories, memories and highlighting services that are available across Merseyside and Cheshire. Sue Logie is an award-winning youth worker with the Sefton youth team and is on the line now. Good afternoon.
Afternoon, Andy. Okay?
I'm very well, thanks. I hope you are as well.
Not bad, thank you very much.
Good. First of all, then, tell us about the work that you and your team do to offer support to LGBTQ plus young people and children across Sefton.
Okay, so what we do, Andy, is we provide a safe space for young people to access support. It's just your bog standard youth group, but with the specialisation of being for them children who are questioning their identity or are actually saying to themselves, I'm part of the LGBT community. So we do lots of work around bog standard youth work stuff, so keeping safe. We do some stuff around sexual health, and it's just a fun space for them to be in and find peers who are the same as them.
And do you find that when they can talk to or confide potentially in an adult, that makes it's easier for them to actually talk to an older person?
I think so. I mean, I'm part of the LGBT community myself, and something that I struggled with when I was a young person was there was no role models for me when I was around. I was during Margaret Thatcher's Section 28, where, it wasn't promoted in schools and stuff like that. So I really struggled with who I was. So I think being an open out gay woman is something that the young people can respond to and feel like they connect to, which, we found really helpful.
Now, all youth services, of course, must have changed beyond recognition in the past 12 months because presumably no outreach, no getting together to meet. How's it all been working since lockdown?
Oh, it's been a complete change for us, Andy, I'm not going to lie. So, as soon as we were told we couldn't deliver anything, we moved as fast as we could to go online, offer some digital support. It's not the same as being in a physical space for some of these young people, especially our LGBT community. There's not that safe space for them to maybe be as open and talk as they would in that space. So we've done a range of different things since March last year. We've supported other organisations, we've helped other partners, we've helped out within the council itself from delivering food parcels to supporting, the police and Merseyside Fire and Rescue Service. So we've done lots of different things out of our normal youth work space while also still trying to engage with our young people digitally, engaging with them on the streets when we were given the guidelines we could follow nationally and safely, and trying to, educate them. So if they were out in large groups when they shouldn't be, we would try and approach them safely and, talk them through the reasons why they shouldn't be doing what they were doing at that particular time.
Now, Sue, there may be people who are listening to this who say just simply let children be children. Why do they need specific LGBTQ plus support?
It's a tough one, Andy, and it's something that, is asked a lot, really. But, yes, children are children, but we all develop at different rates and different times. So, for me, when I reflect back, I probably knew from when I was about 11 that I was very different to my peers. So, when you're feeling that difference and you're not fitting into what society says is normal, you need that space to be able to find yourself. I'm a big believer in not putting a label on something. For me, labels are for clothes and jars of food. So something I do say to our young people when they come for support is, I'm not debating that you're not what you say you are, but maybe just for now, don't put the label on it and let yourself find yourself. It takes a long time to find who you are. And I know for me, it took me a long time to find who I was and my identity. And a label sticks, and sometimes it's hard to remove that label once it's there. So by having a safe space and somewhere they can meet peers like themselves or talk to adults about, their journey and their lived experience, it just gives them that place to kind of find who they are.
You've spoken several times about being in a safe place, and I think everybody deserves that, and it's something that they should be able to get. But you haven't always been in that safe space, have you? Because I'm told that you have been the victim of hate crime yourself.
Yes, I sadly was. I'm proud of the city I come from, Liverpool. I'm proud of being a Scouser, but I was sadly attacked in our beautiful city, and the impact I had over a period of time was unreal, to the point where I hardly recognised myself. I couldn't go into Liverpool city centre night or day. I was making excuses of not meeting up with my friends and stuff. But people will say I'm mad when I come out with what I'm about to come out with. But now, reflecting back, I'm glad that happened, because that has changed me as a person. It's allowed me a lot of opportunities to be an educator for young people, for parents, for professionals, to tell my story and the impact that that's had, and also allow me to talk about the use of language and specific words that can have an impact, whether that be with your friends who may be struggling with their identity and the impact that can have on them. So, yeah, I didn't have a safe space necessarily, but like I say, now today, I'm really proud of what it made me become more than anything else.
So we're nearly out of time. Some young people aren't out to their family, maybe not even to themselves, and many parents may not know how to approach a conversation, a difficult conversation potentially. What advice would you have for them?
It's a difficult one, Andy, but I think one of the key things for me is for parents who may want to have that conversation or be armed with the information that they need is, do a bit of looking around, maybe look at some LGBT programs that are out there so that it's not an awkward conversation. So, you're not going to sit at your dining room table and say to your child or young person, so are you LGBT? It's about having an open conversation and a positive conversation around LGBT and just allowing them to know that you're there to listen to them. I would always say go with the person-centred approach, really, and just listen. It'll be scary for some parents because of all the negative stuff we have as part of the LGBT community, but just know that young person will probably be feeling that 10 times more because they know that they're not what society is saying is normal. And I would continue with my mantra of labels are for jars and food, so don't maybe encourage putting a label on it straight away and just have that conversation. Look out for lots of support agencies that are up and around Merseyside and online as well.
Sue Logie, thank you very much indeed. Sue is an award-winning youth worker with the Sefton youth team and speaks to us this afternoon here on BBC Radio Merseyside.